Well, good afternoon. Welcome to MACS 2024. My name is Peter Coll, and I am here with board member and longtime MACS member Al Leupold. Al, great to have you with us.
It's great to be here. Great show this year.
Yeah, it was a fantastic event. Any highlights for you? If you had to pick one, for me, it's the weather. The weather was my highlight, but
actually, the show itself was great. I love the trade show this year. I mean, every dealer, every booth were excited. They said it was a great show. They gave a lot of information, and I think the one that had the training session set up, they sold it. So how can you have a better show than you sell your example?
Show your wares. Sell your wares right there.
Yes.
Yep. So you are a senior member of MACS. I want to make sure that we phrase things, because we did an earlier podcast with a more junior member of MACS, Tim Izzy, and you've been around quite a while in this industry. Any idea how many MACS you've been to?
Since 1995, all but one.
All but one since 1995. So that's going to put us at, I'm going to do some quick math, 20, 28, and so 28, about 28 events.
Yes.
And it's something you look forward to every year, I assume?
Absolutely.
Right.
Definitely look forward to it.
And your favorite part of the training, is it the heavy duty side? Is it the electric vehicle side? Is it passenger cars, scan tools? What is it that kind of tickles your fancy?
Oh, my passion is off highway and helping those technicians know how to do proper servicing techniques on red equipment or all the other equipment for that matter as well. But there's just so much that they have to do that they can't get from the dealers, and I'm glad we had that meeting today for lunch. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
The right to repair.
Right.
I mean, so many Case IH dealers, New Holland dealers, they did not spend the money to get an R&R machine or equipment, so they contract out to these independent people, and that's what we're doing here, is teaching them.
Right. And and you're right. Ted Hughes and Carm did a great job with our town hall lunch today.
Yeah.
We had a whole bunch of other great meetings. So much training available. A little bit of something for everybody. And I know you were with us in Nashville last year.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. And Nashville, the weather wasn't so good.
Weather wasn't the best, but it didn't dampen the spirits at the show.
Right.
You know, the golfers didn't have a lot of fun.
That's right, and some transportation issues. So, as I mentioned in an earlier podcast, good weather takes care of 75% of the problems, especially when you get people outside. Yes. And we had some of the best networking events I think we've ever had. At the poolside there. People don't want to leave. When it closed up, we were still all out there. Yeah. For 15 minutes, there was still the total crowd. Half an hour later, there were still many groups. Right. And Yevgeny came from Bergstrom. Yes. Yep. Yevgeny. Yep. Originally from Megalhoff. Yep. And he's actually took my place as Director of Test and Development. Yep. And Yevgeny is a critical part of our SAE team, and we have our SAE meetings here, and we had an AMRA MAP meeting, and we've just got so many different varieties of things, but all focused around vehicle thermal management and air conditioning. We just don't want to lose our core identity, but we recognize there's a lot of changes coming in our industry, and it's important to get that information out to everybody. That was discussed at the SAE HFTC 6 meeting, which we had the best attendance ever. It was unbelievable. Everybody said, let's go to MACS and have the SAE meeting there, and it worked so well. And we talked an awful lot about the new EPA requirements and how off-highway equipment is now part of that. Right. Yeah, so my apologies, shameless plug, Coca-Cola. Got to quench that thirst. I've been talking a lot, walking a lot. We've got Steve Schaeber. How do you think Steve kind of helped pull all this together? Well, I love working with Steve. He and I are probably on the phone, if not once a week, certainly twice a month. Yeah. He and I are talking about this. What should we do for the SAE meeting? What should we do for the off-highway session? I like being an advisor to him on that, and
his energy is great.
Yeah, Steve and I talk, obviously every day, and when we're here, Steve's talking about the 25,000 steps he puts in a day, going from place to place, making sure all the classes are running right, filling gaps, solving problems and so forth. And our MACS staff really, really kind of hit it out of the park. We've had some staff changes. We were shorthanded, but I think they just did a tremendous job of keeping everybody happy and kind of hiding those problems behind the registration desk so that all our participants could have a good time.
You would never know that there's been so many changes. Our board members, too, every one of us are so impressed with how this is all meshed together after the changes that have happened in the past year, losing Elvis, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
It just snowballed into more problems, but you guys pulled it together very well.
Yeah, well, we're really pleased with the way the staff kind of came through, and we had one big announcement: we have hired an executive director.
Yes, Megan is going to be great. We spent time at that networking time period last night. She questioned us. My wife was there my wife was able to give a better presentation for MACS than I think I could to her, how everybody works together and it's like this big family.
Sure. I've been part of MACS for I don't know, back to 1999 when I first joined the automotive space, and so I've known all the folks here at MACS, and we just can't be more excited to have Megan Cappy with us as our new executive director. Going to allow me to transition to a little more of a technical role, working with EPA and SAE and maybe whatever else the board decides I need to do. But we're happy to have Megan, and she's already hard at work planning some improvements for MACS and working on the 2025 event. Any closing comments, Al?
No, I hope it's as good next year as it is here this year, and it's going to be here again.
Yep.
And everybody's excited about that. We are getting nothing but positive comments from all the participants because they said we're getting to understand the location, the networking that it's done, and the closeness, not just to the proximity of everybody, that everybody likes to talk to each other.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to coming back. We'll be back here in Orlando, right at the Rosen Centre, somewhere at the end of January. The dates escape me, but very end of January, very beginning of February 2025. We look forward to seeing everybody who wasn't able to make it come out, see everybody who was able to make it return. So for MACS at MACS 2024, I am Peter Coll and
Al Leupold.
Thank you for joining us, and cheers.
Cheers.